Week 14 just passed. This one was a little bit better on betting, except for me, probably the Eagles losing and then also the Buccaneers losing. But other than that, I feel like I had all of my predictions right. Oh, actually, I also had the Chiefs winning, but they took that L. So those are the three picks that I got incorrect. But you're probably traveling back and forth. I'm sure you looked at some box scores and whatnot as well too. But what were your takeaways from Week 14 of the NFL season?
Um, I was back on Sunday, so I was able to
Okay.
watch this past week games. It was when you were had to do the episode by yourself that I didn't really get to watch a lot of those, or any of those really. But I think for me, like just a couple of quick things. Lions got the dub, so our playoff hopes are still looking really good. I think that we'll be able to handle this next stretch of games and find our way in. From there, we'll see what happens because we ended up losing Brian Branch, our starting safety. It's so weird that the Lions they have a bunch of injuries every year, but they're always on defense. Like our offense is always like completely fine. Like Amon-Ra, he missed like a game or two or whatever, but it's like Gibbs is there, Montgomery is there, Goff is there, our line. Like the whole offense really be fine, but the defense is like just gets besieged by injuries. But yeah, so at least they got the W. Commanders, man. I think that it's really crazy in general that they put Jaden Daniels back out there after his arm was bent the other way. I think it's even crazier when they were already not going to make the playoffs. Like I just think that there's literally no point in him and them bringing him back this year. It felt like one of those like just to say that I could do it type shit, but and then he literally proceeded to injure the exact same elbow, and now he's already out for next week. And I'm just thinking they really should shut him down. Um, yeah, that's really my hope is that they shut him down. There's no point in kind of risking his health for the rest of this year. Um, Also, the Seahawks continue to roll. They're looking good, man. Um, it's really weird to see another iteration of the Seahawks be really good. Because I feel like for me, it was just like the Russell Wilson Seahawks when I was growing up was the only time I remember them being good. And so, for now, this to be several years after that, and they have this completely new core and new coach and all that type of stuff, and they're kind of back at it. It's crazy. Jets still suck, still the Jets. In my notes, I actually wrote that they're Poochies, so. Tough. Bucks losing to the Saints. That's crazy. Did not expect that. Really, really sucks that Baker, the way his MVP case is just completely dissipated. Um, and not entirely by fault of his own. I don't think he's really been awful, but just hasn't been good enough, clearly, and the team hasn't been good enough. And losing to the Saints, they let Tyler Shuck have like a 30 or 40-yard rushing touchdown. It was just insane. So some stuff on that defense they need to get figured out. They still have a chance to make the playoffs. They're like 7-6 right now, but considering where the season started, it's kind of disastrous for them right now. Steelers beat the Ravens. Looking,
Controversial calls, man. Controversial call to end the game.
yeah, but sometimes it's like you can't let it be that close. Lamar just has not been good this year for the most part, especially in like these big moments in these settings. So that's kind of disappointing. It feels like their season is probably going to be over now as well. Packers beat the Bears so that they have now sole possession of the number one seed in that division, which is crazy how competitive that division is right now because it's like the Packers are always good, but the Bears and Lions aren't always good, let alone at the same time. So having all three of those teams be really good is crazy, and they're all fighting for seeding right now. And then the last two things is just like the Rams continue to look really good and dominant, and the Texans defense is honestly giving me like that Broncos defense vibes of when Peyton Manning was there of like, yeah, we could carry a team to a Super Bowl just off of our defense. Like they
Mm,
made back-to-back weeks, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes look like bums, to be real, you
mhm.
know? So yeah, it's crazy to keep seeing that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. I feel like there's even though we've seen dominance from teams from one end, or we've seen consistency for a team overall. I still feel like what I've kind of been preaching, sometimes what you've been preaching since the start of the NFL season. I just feel like there's really still no clear cut favorite, just because with the L's that some of these top teams took were kind of questionable as well too. So I'm just like, bro, a team just got to get hot and they can really run it this year. So this year, like I still want to say, at least from the NFC standpoint, it's going to be the Rams, but at the same time, just like, bruh, I really don't know. It's going to come down to who's healthy, who's clicking, and matchups first and foremost. So this is going to be, like I said before, a great playoff. Probably just as good as that one when the Bengals actually played the Rams in the Super Bowl. That was a pretty exciting playoffs as well too. I kind of agree with you, man. Now that CJ Stroud's made his return, that defense is looking good. And I actually also had in my notes too that dominant Broncos defense that carry Peyton Man with no arms. They
Really?
also kind of remind me a little bit of Legion of Boom, and they also kind of remind me of that Giants defense, um, that front four when they, shocked the world and were damn near the last wild card seed in the NFC, and went on to beat the New England Patriots not once but twice, especially that second go around. So that's another team that, um, if they get in, it's going to be scary. Because right now they're technically in, and they're tied with Indy, both at 8-5. Obviously, they got that win over them, but that 7 seed is going to be kind of crazy. So whoever gets that, I feel bad for whoever the 2 seed is. So yeah, that's going to be a tough one right there. Agree with you with the Bucks. At least Mike Evans is cleared now, so he should be suiting up this weekend. It seems like it's been quite some time that Baker's been without him. I mean, honestly, a lot of his receivers have kind of been in and out the lineup, but hopefully they can make some noise with this added weapon, with this specimen in Mike Evans, because even though that they're at the top of their division right now, they share the same wins and losses as the Carolina Panthers. So they got to win out this season, or end the season on a high note, because it's looking a little spooky. It's looking a little spooky, and I agree with you. I put that in my notes as well too. Like from where Baker started and how consistent he was in like the middle of the season to these last couple weeks, he's probably, yeah, not in MVP consideration, not even top five right now. So it's just crazy how things can change on a weekly basis as well too. Obviously, we're going to talk about it a little bit later, but Indy may be looking cooked, as of right now. So that's going to be kind of crazy. Then I put, man, just watching that Bills versus Bengals game, man. Josh Allen just kind of reminds me. Sometimes he can be a hot potato, hot cold type of guy, but when he is um, playing safe and not turn the ball over, he looks like the most talented quarterback in the NFL. And like I said, with how open it is this year. I mean, I know we got our flaws as well too, but if he can kind of play like that, we get the run game going good. And off of that, we're getting the play action looking well. And our defense, even though it's been a little spooky and kind of like, y'all, we have a lot of injuries on the defensive end these past couple of years, especially going into the playoffs as well, too. We've been a pretty good second half defensive team these past couple of weeks. So if we can kind of be a little bit consistent and get a good matchup, especially like you said, like we don't know what's going to happen with the Chiefs. We don't know what's going to happen with the Ravens. So we're looking at that Mount Rushmore that we kind of had these past couple of years with quarterbacks, and only one of them may be in the playoffs. So I know we kind of got our flaws, but this may be Josh's best year to try to at least get to the championship game. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't get there, even though we know the flaws they have, they still gonna be like, oh well, Mahomes and Lamar weren't there. You still couldn't get over the hump. So he got to be locked in. But those are my takeaways from week 14. And hopefully week 15 is gonna be a good one. There's some pretty good matchups. And there's some games on the line for some of these teams that are trying to get their ticket punched as well too.